Yo guys, I updated my red and purple Imperialdramon in EX3. So let's just dive right into it. So the babies haven't changed. Still Imperialdramon. On deletion, trigger, draw one, then trash one card from your hand. Just a really useful card. Being able to draw a card and just trash a card. Really handy, really solid. This deck wants you to set up certain cards in your trash. So being able to do that's just really handy. So next we're running 4 Wormmons. He says, on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 purple or red card with free in its traits, or 1 card from Imperialdramon in its name from among them to your hand, and trash 1 card that has the same conditions, and then place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck. So being able to search just like a purple or red card, or just Imperialdramon in general, it's really handy. He basically sets himself up, and then he has an inheritance that says all turns. While you have a red Digimon in play, this Digimon gains retaliation. So that's just really awesome, being able to just delete any Digimon just by swinging into it. It's really handy, really powerful effect. So next we're running 4 Vmons. He just has a really nice effect that says, on play, you may trash 1 card with Imperialdramon in its name or free in its traits from your hand to draw 2 cards. And his inheritance says, your turn. While you have a purple Digimon in play, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP. You don't have to worry about that because chances are you're going to have that purple Digimon in play. Plus, your level 6s, your level 5s, are all red and purple, so they're gonna get that effect off anyway. But yeah, being able to play this guy and trash like one of your level 5s or even level 4s, so you can set up the combo and then draw 2 cards is really handy. This card's really good for the deck. So next we're running 2 Gazimon. So Gazimon says all turns, your opponent can't gain memory except with Tamer effects. So being able to just stop your opponent and say, no, you can't gain memory. Hammer Sparks don't matter no more. It's really helpful. If you're fighting, say, like Imperialdramon, like the blue-green one, then they can't gain memory from all those inheritances and stuff. So this really does screw the other Imperialdramon deck. And next we're running 2 Psychmons. It says all turns, players can't reduce play cost. And this is your anti-Death X-Mon. Also, this card can screw over other Imperialdramon decks, and it can really screw over like Cross Heart, potentially D-Reaper as well. So it's a really good card. We're running 2 because that's all you really need. You just need the 2. So now we're on to level 4s, and of course we have 4 Flamedramons. So Flamedramon says, when Digivolving, activate one of the effects below. You may Digivolve one of your other Digimon into a level 4 purple Digimon card with free in its traits from your trash. For its Digivolution cost, it was eroded. It's not play cost, it's Digivolution cost, just like Shadramon. The other one says, you may DNA Digivolve this Digimon and one of your other Digimon in play into Digimon in your hand for its DNA Digivolution cost. Then he has an end of your turn inheritance that says you may DNA Digivolve this Digimon and one of your other Digimon in play into a Digimon card in your hand for its DNA Digivolution cost. So we're running 4 of them because it's a very important card to the deck. Because say you have 2 rookies on the field. You can Digivolve this dude onto one of them. Then through his effect, from your trash, you can Digivolve one of them into Shadramon. And Shadramon is just a purple Flamedramon. It has the exact same effects. So you Digivolve this guy from your trash, and then you can just DNA Digivolve them. These cards are very important for the deck. You need them in your deck if you want to have the combo. If you want to have the most efficient combo. So next we're running a small Eismon package. We have 2 of the scatter modes and 1 regular Eismon. Eismon says on deletion, draw 3 cards, then trash 2 cards in your hand. So it's just really helpful getting your pieces out. And you draw 3 cards and you trash 2, so you can just decide what you need to get rid of. And then Eismon says, when you would trash this card in your hand, using one of your effects, if Eismon Scatter Mode is in your trash, you may play this card without paying its memory cost. And then your turn, for each Eismon Scatter Mode in your trash, this one gets plus 2000 DP. I'd run more of him if I could, but we can't, so we're only running 1. He's limited to 1. The reason this card's so good is that you can just get a level 4 on the board, and then potentially just go DNA Digivolving and start your combo right there. So yeah, we're running the Eismons because you're drawing 3 cards, trashing 2, which is really helpful setting up your combos, and then Eismon himself can literally play himself for free, and having that level 4 on board could potentially mean your combo is going off right then and there. So I'm just going to run the 2 and the 1 because I think that's all you need. You don't need to run any more Eismons. You don't want to be trashing too much. So I think that's just a solid ratio for Eismons right there. So Dobrogon's an interesting Digimon. And the reason we're playing him is for his on deletion effect. It says trash the top 3 cards of your deck, then return 1 purple Digimon card or 1 purple Tamer card from your trash to your hand. We're only running 1 purple Tamer in the deck, so being able to recycle him is really handy. But what's really useful for this is being able to recycle your Imperialdramons if you happen to have them in your trash. We're only running 1 because, honestly, I'm not sure if you really need this card in the deck, but I do like the idea of trashing and returning cards from your trash to your hand. I'm still testing the card out, and so far, I'm not sure if it's really necessary for the deck or if it's just a fun little tech option. But anyway, here's 1 Dobrikmon for now. Now we're on to our level 5s. We're running 4 Dino Beamons. He's a purple-red. He has a DNA Digivolving effect that costs a purple and a red level 4. So he says, when DNA digivolving, you may play one Imperialdramon from your trash without paying its play cost. And he has an on-deletion effect that says you may play one Wormmon from your trash without paying its memory cost. Then he has an on-deletion effect that says you may play one Wormmon from your trash without paying its cost. Then he has an inheritance that says, your turn. While this Digimon has Imperialdramon in its name, it can also attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. So this card is just super important for the deck as well. Being able to play your other level 5, your other DNA piece for Imperialdramon, very important. And it allows your Imperialdramon to attack into your opponent's unsuspended Digimon, which means it can just kill Mother D-Reaper. So this is also another must-have in the deck. It's mandatory level 5. So next we're running 4 Imperialdramons in level 5. And it's essentially the same with Dino Beamon, except it can play Dino Beamon for free. And on deletion, you can play a Vmon from your trash without paying its memory cost. Then it has an inheritance that says, your turn, while this Digimon has Imperialdramon in its name, it gains security attack +1. So just buffs your stack, lets you swing for multiple checks into security. And yeah, it's just really a helpful piece to get into your Imperialdramon's lickety split. So next we're running 3 Imperialdramon Dragon mode. So he has a DNA Digivolution cost of a purple and a red level 5. And he says, when DNA Digivolving, your opponent chooses one of their Digimon and deletes all the rest. Then Blitz. So he's just a board wipe. It's very crazy. And what happens is your opponent chooses their Digimon, and then if you have Dino Beamon under them, you can just swing into their other Digimon if it's unsuspended, potentially just wiping the entire board. Then he says, when attacking once per turn, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP for the turn, then you may Digivolve this Digimon into an Imperialdramon Fighter mode in your hand for its Digivolution cost. So we can Digivolve straight into the new Fighter mode. I have 2 proxies of him because I only have 1 right now. So he Digivolves for 2 if the name contains Dragamon, so he really can Digivolve onto any Dragamon for 2 memory, and that's pretty cool. So he has Piercing, and then when Digivolving, you may return one Imperialdramon Dragamon from those Digimon's Digivolution cards to the bottom of its owner's deck to prevent your opponent's security effects from activating for the turn. That's any security effects. That's Tamers, options, and Digimon. Nothing activates. Very powerful. And has an on-deletion effect that says you may play one Wormmon and one Vmon from your trash without paying its memory cost. So he just sets himself back up for the next turn. So we're only running 3 because, honestly, you just need 3 Dragon mode and 3 Fighter modes because they're just your main top ends. You're just going for the attack. All these cards here will help you get these cards in your hand, so you don't have to worry about having 4 of them. And next we're running 1 Blitz Omnimon. So being able to just blitz for game is really powerful. He unsuspends himself when Digivolving and then he blitzes. So, you know, it's just a really useful card. He also has an alternate effect that says, if an opponent's effect would delete this Digimon or return it to his owner's hand or deck, you may prevent it from leaving play by trashing a level 6 Digimon card in this Digimon's Digivolution cards. So just like the blue and green Imperialdramon, you're going to probably have these 2 under him anyway. So you can just do that effect twice if you really, really need to. So that's the Digimon of the deck. All these cards really work together to make sure that you get that combo off and get these guys out as fast as you can. It's a really fast deck. It's really aggressive too. So next are our Tamers. We're running 1 Matt. Matt is a memory tamer, so you set your memory to 3 at the start of your turn. He also has an on-play effect that says return 1 purple Digimon card or 1 purple option card from your trash to your hand. And then it's a security effect, just lets him play him for free. So we're running 1 of this guy because, first of all, a memory tamer is really useful. But being able to just return a purple Digimon or option card from your trash to your hand can be so extremely helpful. If by chance, one of your Imperialdramons, like all 3 of them, are in their trash, you play this card to return them back to your hand. You could swap this guy for, say, tie, like BT1 tie, and give yourself an additional security check. But I just like the ability to just return some cards from my trash if I really needed to. So we're just gonna run 1 Matt, and we're running 3 Analog Youth. So Analog Youth just costs 2. He's a really powerful card. It says on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon card among them to your hand, trash the remaining cards. So you're just getting a card to your hand and you're trashing 2. So you're essentially building your hand and your trash. It's really useful. And then it says all turns. When one of your level 5 or higher Digimon with Digivolution cards is deleted, you may suspend this tamer. If you do, gain a memory, then hatch 1 Digi-Egg card in an empty space into your breeding area. And it has a security effect that just plays it for free. So this card is really helpful. If your level 5 or higher Digimon dies, you can suspend them to gain memory. You can hatch and potentially set up for the next turn. And just having that surge power, that 2-cost surge power, search any Digimon you need to, add to your hand and trash the rest. It's so good. This card really helps set up the deck so well. Because remember, the deck wants cards in your hand and it wants cards in your trash. So being able to just set those up with 1 card is so handy. And it also gives you some positive effects when one of your Digimon dies. So it's just a really good card all around. I think 3 is just a really good number for the deck. Alright, now we're into the option cards. So I'm running 1 Revive from the Darkness. It costs 4 and it says main. Delete 1 of your purple Digimon. Then you may play 1 level 5 or lower purple Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. any on-play effects of that Digimon played with this effect don't activate. And that's fine, because you don't have to worry about that on-play effect. You don't even have to delete a Digimon to activate the second effect. And it has a security effect that says add this card to your owner's hand. So we're running one of this card because being able to just pay 4 memory to play a level 5 from your trash, and then potentially just get your combo off and get into Imperialdramon, I think this card's pretty solid and a little underrated for the deck. And you don't have to just play level 5, it's level 5 or lower. And I think just one of it is a nice number. So next we're running Demonic Disaster. We're only running one of it too. It costs 1. It says on play, you may delete one of your Digimon to unsuspend one of your purple Digimon. So it's just a really nice card. You could potentially just delete one of your Digimon and get an on deletion effect going. And you can unsuspend one of your Digimon and potentially just swing for game. It's a really handy card. Its security effect also says you may play one level 3 purple Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. Any on-play effects on Digimon play this effect don't activate, which, you know, it's alright. It kind of sucks that like Wormon's on-play effect won't activate with this card. But you can still just be able to play any of your purple level 3s, and we're running 8 of them in the deck. So the chances are you're able to target something in your trash. This card, I feel like it's just a little handy. Nice little versatility tool. And we're just running 1. So next we have Calling from the Darkness. And we're only running 1 because it is limited to 1. But that's fine, because usually we're running 1 of this card in our decks anyway. So it says main, delete one of your Digimon. Then return up to 2 purple Digimon cards from your trash to your hand. And security effect also says add this card to your hand. So you don't even have to delete a Digimon with this. If you don't have any Digimon on the board, you can play this card for 1 memory and just return 2 Digimon from your trash to your hand. Being able to get 2 pieces from your trash to your hand is really helpful. If you have these guys in your trash, you could potentially bring out Dragon Mode and Fighter Mode from your trash to your hand. So yeah, this card's really good. It's sadly limited to 1. Otherwise, I'd say I'd swap out, I'd at least run 2 of it. So next we're running 2 Crimson Blaze. So it does cost 6, but it says reduce the memory cost of this card by your hand by 1 for each Digimon your opponent has in play. And its main effect says delete all of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 GP or less. Your opponent can't play Digimon by effects until the end of their next turn. And then a security says activate the main effect. So just stopping your opponent from being able to play Digimon from effects is so good. If it's the mirror match, your opponent can't do their combo now. They can't play from the trash. So it shuts down other Imperial decks. It just shuts down a lot of decks that require playing, like Mastamon or something like that. It requires playing Digimon from effects. So yeah, we're only running 2 because I think it's a really solid card, and you only need to run the 2. Because the deck is explosive, you're trying to win as fast as you can. So you don't need to run as many of these as you need to, because it's really just situational. And they're there to help you when you're not getting your pieces or you're not getting into Imperial as fast as you want to. So yeah, overall, it's a really solid card, and it usually doesn't cost 6 to play. So that's Crimson Blaze. Next, we're running 2 Mist Memory Boost. This card says main, trash the top 2 cards of your deck and draw 1. So that's just handy. You know, stacking your trash with cards that you might need, and drawing a card is really useful. Then you place this card in the battle area because it also has a delayed effect that says gain 2 memory. Sometimes that extra memory really does just mean getting your combo off or just passing the turn. And then it also has inheritance that says place this card in the battle area. So we're running 2 Mist Memory Boost because I think it's just a really solid card. You only need 2. So that's my updated Purple Red Imperialdramon. I think that this is just overall a better deck than what I've had before. Of course, there's definitely improvements that can be made. There always is. But yeah, I think this is a really solid Imperialdramon deck. So let's go over the combo. Alright, let's say that you have a Wormmon out. And you have Matt out. And this is your trash. You have Dino B, you have these guys, and you have Shadramon. And in your hand, you have Flamedramon and Pyledramon. And in your breeding area, we have Vmon. So, the start of our turn. We start with 3 memory. And we promote Vmon. So we pay 2 memory to digivolve into Flamedramon. We draw a card. So Flamedramon's ability allows us to digivolve our Wormmon into Shadramon for 2 memory. So now our opponent is at 1 memory. Now we activate Shadramon's effect, which lets us DNA digivolve these 2. And we're going straight into Pyledramon. And so Pyledramon has a effect, DNA Digivolving effect, that says if you DNA Digivolve, you can play Dino Beamon for free from your trash. So now we're playing Dino Beamon. Now we can activate Flamedramon's end of turn effect, which lets you DNA Digivolve these 2 into Imperialdramon. Dun dun dun! You draw a card for that, of course. So Imperialdramon activates its effect. Your opponent selects one of their Digimon, deletes the rest. Now we can blitz. Let's say we blitz into their Digimon. So now we activate Imperialdramon's when attacking effect. So he gets plus 2k DP. And now he can digivolve into Fighter Mode for 2 memory. So now your opponent is going to 3 memory. So now he's piercing. And then when digivolving, return one of these to the bottom of... Return Imperialdramon from his stack to the bottom of your deck so that none of your opponent's security effects are activated now. So now we're just swinging to your opponent's Digimon with Piercing, security attack +1, and their board is just completely wiped. And then, you know, say it's the next turn, you could swing with him again, and then you could just straight up go into Imperial and blitz for the game. So that's Imperialdramon, that's his combo. It's really crazy that we can get into your fighter mode and leave your opponent with only 3 memory. The deck can be pretty wild, although I don't think it's like the best deck in the format. It's just a lot of fun to play. It's a really cool, really interesting style, and I hope Imperial gets more colors. Give us a yellow-green deck. Make it weird. Make it fun. Anyway, that's my Imperial deck, guys. I really appreciate you guys making it to the very end of the video. You're awesome, absolute legends. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next one. Peace!